Hey everybody, welcome to Noticeably Invisible. My name is Dave and I'm your host for the show. And today I have a very special guest. Her name is Kristine Hawkins. And I have to give Kristine a ton of credit because I was actually supposed to have another guest today, and that individual was a little anxious about coming on. So we decided to give it a little time. And Kristine was like, I'll do it. So here she is. Kristine, thank you so much for doing this. And tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
My name is Kristine Hawkins, and I live in Cranston,
Okay.
and I work at Stop and Shop on Allen Avenue.
Yeah.
I've been working there for like a long time now.
You've been working at Stop and Shop for a long time?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I bag there.
You bag there? Yeah.
And I like working there once in a while. I like working there. It's a good job.
Mhm.
Like I said, it's a job for now.
So you've been doing it for a while. It's a good job, but it's also just a job. And I think what you're trying to tell me is like maybe down the road you'll explore a different job.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this has been something that you've been doing for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it probably feels good to have a job and that you have been doing for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about when you got your job. How was that? Was it easy to
No,
work
'cause
there?
my grandmother used to work. My mom's mom used to work there.
Oh,
That's how I got the job.
Oh, so your grandmother used to work there,
Yeah.
and then she was able to get you into Stop and Shop? Yeah. And she's retired now?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Long time ago?
Yeah, she retired a long time ago.
Okay. So you mentioned you lived in Cranston.
Mhm.
So for anyone who's outside of Rhode Island, it's a city in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And you tell us a little bit about your living situation.
I live with, I used to live with my mom when we bought the condominium, but I live with my stepdad and my mom. I used to live with my mom, but she died 2 years ago.
Your mom passed away 2 years
Yeah, so-
ago. Would you share a little bit about that? Would you be willing to talk a little bit about
She
your
was
mom?
a nice person,
Yeah.
very nice. Sometimes I would make her upset on certain things. We all make our mother and father upset.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But my mom was a nice person.
Yeah.
No, when I was a little girl, her and my real father got divorced.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Long time
When I
ago.
was a little girl. But my mother raised me on her own
Wow.
by herself best she can,
Mhm.
and she had help from my grandmother and grandfather, which is her parents.
Oh, okay. So your grandparents were heavily involved when you were growing
yeah.
up to help support.
Yeah,
But for the most part, you feel like your mom really raised you
Yeah.
alone, huh?
yes.
Yeah. That was probably really tough for her.
Yeah, but we all got through it.
Yeah. Yeah. So when she passed, how difficult was that?
It was sad, but I knew she was kind of sick a little bit,
Oh,
but she
okay.
just couldn't, what she was going on with her, she just couldn't fight it anymore.
She was, yeah. She just got to the point where she couldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah. How did you handle all that grief?
I was sad.
Yeah.
But I know that what was going on with, like, my mom had, you know how Doctor noticed it a while back, that, you know how your White House will up and down, and I noticed it one time, and wanted to give her like a little shot, just to make sure, just to keep on her White House, and, make sure they were going down, not low or whatever.
Sure.
He kind of noticed it a little bit with her,
Okay.
he just wanted to make sure she was all right, but
Mhm.
that year, she was, you know how you get a cold and you get over it, but
Yeah.
for some reason, I don't know what happened. I guess when she got that cold, she never got over it.
She couldn't get
And
over
in
it.
between that and what was going on with her one company,
Yeah.
I guess she couldn't fight it anymore.
It was just,
Yeah, she was in the
took too
hospital
much.
for a couple of days.
yeah. Yeah. Well, Kristine, I'm so sorry to hear about that
That's all right.
loss.
Thank
And
you.
I appreciate your willingness to share that. And I think the way that you are able to like talk about it in such like a rational way, like kind of recognizing she was just couldn't fight anymore. And
Yeah.
it sounds like you've kind of gotten to a point where you've accepted it and you know that she's in a better place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. And currently you live with your stepdad?
Yes.
And, I'm assuming that you're a pretty independent individual, but I'm assuming he gives you a little support with
Yeah,
things
he does,
as
he
well.
does.
And the other part of your life is, so you work, you live with your stepdad,
Mhm.
and you also go to the Perspectives Corporation's
Yeah.
day program,
Yeah, I
which
do.
which I've seen you here a number of times, and I know that you were already familiar with the show because you had friends on it. But maybe you could tell me a little bit about what your days look like at a day program.
Um, we come here and we tell the whoever that does what outings we wanna go on. Well,
Okay.
not, whatever outings are on the board that we wanna do sometimes, but sometimes we say, oh, we don't wanna go out or whatever, we just say, we're gonna stay here today.
Okay, and you mentioned when you stay back, some of the activities you like to do, you like to color,
Yeah, I'll listen to my music on my
listen to
phone.
music. And you told me music's kind of big for you, right?
Yes.
And you like what kind of music?
Pop.
Pop music. Who's some of your favorite artists?
I like,
Is there a song right now that you really like, or
no, I
a
like
few songs?
everybody.
Do you like
I-
everybody?
Yeah, and I also like listening to R&B once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
And rap music once in a while.
And rap music too?
Yeah, once in a while, once in a while.
Any, favorite artists, just like, just the music in general, whatever's on?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. And you mentioned you also like concerts.
yeah, I think how people in concert before.
Yeah, you want to share some of those people?
I saw J-Lo.
You saw J-Lo in concert.
I saw, um, I saw, Backstreet Boys.
Okay,
I saw Janet Jackson.
nice.
I like them. And, um, I just want to mention, you know, 2 years ago, well, I know he's not on, 2018. It
2018.
was wonderful for everybody.
Yeah.
Because I do Special Olympics once in a while,
You do Special Olympics, okay?
but it was 50 years of Special Olympics,
Hmm.
and they decided, let's get a celebrity to do concert for us. Guess who came? Billy Gilman.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And
Yes. So Billy Gilman, that's right. He's from Rhode Island.
Yes,
he-
he's from- he's the concert for us for 50 years of Special Olympics.
Wow, yeah.
Oh my God. So my friend Nico.
Yeah.
She likes his music too. I like his music too. I got into his music when he did that concert for us, and ever since then, me and Nico have been going to some of his concerts.
Okay.
His Christmas concert, couple concerts he does around here.
Yeah.
I might have seen him maybe 6 times in concert.
Wow. All right. So you really did become a fan in
Yeah, I mean,
2018. You met him
Oh,
too.
yes, we met him.
He's so excited about it.
I met him.
Yeah.
He's really nice.
Okay.
He dresses really nice. I didn't know he was from Ireland until one of the staff told me that. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, he is.
Yeah. I remember that too, because there was a lot of like people were pretty excited about that. I'm not too familiar with him, but I know a lot of people were excited about him coming here and they were mentioning how he was a hometown person.
Yeah,
So
yes.
wow, so that was a really exciting thing for
Yeah,
him.
and Nico told me he was on The Voice, which I kind of knew.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
where he got popular or
No,
maybe?
he popular when he got singing when he was a little boy, like 8 years old. I
Oh,
think he
wow.
thought when he was a little boy, like, 8 or 9.
Sure.
But yeah, and then he went. I think he stepped away for a while, and probably took much on his music. But then he said, "You know what? I'm doing my career one more time." Like he said, "Leave me if I go on The Voice, they'll try to help him
Oh,
get
okay.
his career going again."
Yep.
But one of his concerts, he was so funny. They kept calling his house because they knew he used to be a celebrity.
Yeah.
And they asked him, "You want to do The Voice? You want to do The Voice?" And one year he's like, "All right, I'll do The Voice." He said one concert, he said, "I'll just do The Voice," because they kept calling his house. Look at him, look at him. He's like, "Yes, I'll do The Voice. Maybe if he goes on, he said, maybe if I do The Voice, I'll help me with my career."
Yeah, yeah. So he went
got,
and did it.
yeah, he got kind of popular when he did The Voice.
Oh, that's awesome. I love how you just perked up talking about Billy Gilman. That is something else.
Sorry.
No, that's awesome. That is awesome. So Billy Gilman, if you're listening, you have a huge fan here. You have a huge fan here.
No, Nico is too.
And Nico. Oh, so tell me a little bit about let's talk about friends a little bit. So I had asked you before we started recording, who are some of your friends and what do they mean to you? And you mentioned one of your friends who I know you're close with, Nico.
Yes.
You've mentioned her a few times.
Yeah.
Tell me what it is. Like, who are some of your closest friends other than Nico? And like, what about them do you like? What makes you connect to someone?
Because Nico's a nice person to talk to once in a while.
Yeah.
But she's nice, but sometimes yeah. And Holly, she's my other friend.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know from my other pieces.
Okay. Yeah. So Nico and Holly, yeah.
I talk to them once in a while.
You seem to like people with big personalities,
Yeah, I know.
right? Yeah. And because Nico she's great. She's got a big personality, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And that probably gets you excited.
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. So what do you see you and Nico and Holly, like you guys go to concerts? What else do you guys?
Well, Nico and I usually go see Billy Gilman. Holly has seen him a few times. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And last year, I went to another concert with Nico. I went to South Africa to another concert last
Okay.
year. I went to see New Kids on the Block.
You saw New Kids on the Block last
They
year,
were
huh?
like, I saw them when I was a little girl, because my mother took me when I was little. They were like, New Kids on the Block was like my first boy band concert
Yeah.
when I was a little girl.
Yeah.
And my mother took me when it used to be the Civic Center downtown Providence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah, we're about the same age, so I
Yeah.
definitely remember all this. Yeah.
they were like my first boy band concert I ever went to. But when they reunited, I never got to go see them.
Yeah.
So maybe someday they came around here a few times, but last year they came around, so I kind of know Nico liked them too.
Yeah.
So me and her went, and one of the staff took us. It was amazing, and Paula Abdul opened up for them,
Paula Abdul opened up. Wow.
and
Those are some throwbacks.
yeah, it
there.
was, and I can't remember his name. He was the DJ guy with. He used to DJ for Will Smith.
DJ Jazzy Jeff?
Yes, he was there too. DJ Jeff was playing old school songs. I didn't know he was a DJ on the side.
Yeah, yeah.
But he was there too. He
So he was there, Paula Abdul.
I knew that.
Wow.
It was awesome.
You guys must have had a great time.
Hey, man.
So I get a sense of that maybe like like you like a lot of like the old school groups and things like that. Like you have a fondness for that.
Yeah.
Does that remind you of being a kid when you listen to like New Kids on the Block?
Yes.
Yeah, it takes you like back to a different
Yeah,
time,
when
right?
they were like huge, all these boy bands were huge.
Yeah, they were everywhere at one point. Did they
Every-
play Step by Step?
Yes. Of course they did.
Of course they did. Silly question. That's awesome. So when you hear music from when you were a kid, like how do you feel?
I feel like happy because
Yeah.
music can make you feel better about yourself. If you're having a bad day, you just listen to some music once in a while.
I think that's like so like cool for you to say that because that's totally true. Like music plays a huge part in
And some
our
people listen to music while they're thinking about maybe a loved one
Yeah.
or somebody that they might have a bad day or they broke up with their boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, and they want to listen to a song sometimes that helps them get through it once in a while. Sometimes they're having a bad day.
Do you do that? If you're having a bad day, will you put on
Yeah,
something?
sometimes, yeah.
Do you have some that make you think of former boyfriends?
No,
Do you have some that remind you of loved ones?
sometimes,
Yeah.
but once.
But it sounds like you mentioned, you also really look to music to like help your mood, to stay happy, to stay relaxed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a really great point for people. Music is a big part of our lives and, we really can't deny that. And it does help us through things if we want to use it. So why not, right? I wanted to ask you on a kind of like a more serious note, I guess. So obviously perspective supports individuals with disabilities. And one of the things I've been talking to people about a lot is like, what are some of the challenges of being a person with any kind of disability when it comes to like meeting people or how people treat you? Have you ever had any experiences where you feel like people treated you poorly because you have a disability or anything like that?
Sometimes.
Yeah. how do you navigate that? Like, how do you talk to people when you feel like they're treating you differently?
It makes me feel sad.
It makes you feel sad.
Yeah.
Have you ever, would you be someone that would tell someone that they were, being mean, or would you kind of maybe walk away or,
I would tell somebody.
yeah, yeah, just say it to them, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so do you ever see any of your friends get treated differently or get treated poorly?
Um, I'm not really sure.
Okay, yeah,
No,
no,
not
good,
that I know of.
good,
If they did, I would definitely tell somebody.
yeah. I know like the great thing too is the people that you mentioned that you're friends with, they have pretty big, like I said, big personalities. I feel like they would say something too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you guys would all stand up for each
Yeah,
other.
but somebody's trying to rude to my friend Nico.
Yeah.
Last year we went to see Billy Gummer because he played the concert and did about to sing. And some woman turned around and told her to be quiet. Like he encouraged you to sing his songs at his concert. He encouraged you. He don't care. But
Yeah.
some woman was being rude, and my staff, one of the staff out there, didn't want to say nothing because she didn't want to say nothing to that well because of her job. So she
Sure.
just sat there. My
Sure.
staff didn't want to get in trouble because of her job.
Yeah.
That's why she didn't want to. She was going to say something, but she didn't want to get in trouble because of her job. She was going to stick up for Nico, but the staff didn't want to get in trouble because of her job. But she
Gotcha.
stood up for Nico at the concert. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, she didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
She
She was in a tough position because she didn't want to do something that would have
Yeah,
put her job in
that's
jeopardy.
her job.
Yeah, but at the same time, she kind
Yeah,
of
some
felt,
woman told Nico that she was very hurt.
yeah. And she was just singing along to the music.
Yeah, Nico was having a good time, and some
Yeah.
woman just, I don't know, older woman, I think she was just rude, rude person.
Right. It's impossible to avoid all situations, right? So at some point in time, we all encounter somebody that can be rude, and we have to kind of decide how we want to act in that moment. So
Yeah.
it sounds like at that moment, it felt like it wasn't the best time,
No, it
maybe to
wasn't.
speak up.
We didn't want to get phone out of someone's concert, because we didn't do that.
You guys just wanted to enjoy yourselves at the show. So,
Yes.
yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right.
One of the things I asked you before we started recording too, to just if you could offer a little insight. Let's say you were talking to someone who was dealing with some challenges, right? And
Yeah.
maybe people they felt like people were treating them poorly, or maybe they were just upset about things that are going on. What are some ways that like some advice you would give them?
I always say to them, you want to, are you okay? And you want to talk to me, or I can go get a staff and they can go to another room and talk to you. I always let my friends know, you're upset, I will get a staff and talk to you.
Yeah. So one of the things I think that you really seem to know and seem to get is that talking about things can make you feel better. Do you feel like you have a lot of people that you're able to talk to when
Yeah.
you're upset?
Yeah, some of the stuff I can talk to when I'm upset about something.
Yeah. And what do they typically do? Do they just listen? Do they offer ideas?
And sometimes they'll offer ideas, like to try to help me once in a while.
Yeah. And how does that feel knowing that you have people you can turn to?
It makes me feel good
Yeah.
that somebody is trying to stick up for us.
Yeah. I feel like that's such a big part of like your story that I'm hearing is like supporting each other. Like you have friends that it sounds like lift you up. You want to lift other people up. It's all about people supporting people. And I think that's so cool, Kristine.
Yeah, and I realized that some of the staff here, they really care about us clients.
Yeah.
I said that you guys really care for us. You really try to help us as a if we're upset about something, they really care about us clients.
Yeah.
They really do, they care about us.
Oh, that's awesome that you feel that too. And I didn't even pay you to say that, so. But no, I think that's so cool, because not everybody always like gives people that credit that support them. Like I appreciate hearing that, because you're right. There's a lot of people that, come here to work with you guys that, really care. And, I know that sometimes, I don't know. I think sometimes we kind of overlook the people that are here every day. So it's nice that you appreciate them and you offer them that feedback. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Kristine, thank you for hopping on here. Before we wrap up our conversation, I want to give you an opportunity. If you want to give anybody a shout out or say hi to anybody, now's your opportunity.
Um,
Why don't we give Nico and Holly a shout out?
all right. All right. I don't know. I just want to say hi, Nico, and hi, Holly.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Kristine, great job. Thank you so much for talking to me.
No problem.
I appreciate you doing this kind of like on a whim last second. You did amazing, and I really appreciate everything that you've said. You have a lot of great insight into things. And also, I hope Billy Gilman comes back and you can get all excited again to see him. with
I
your
am
friends.
again next year in May.
In May this year he's coming and you're
Yes.
going to see him?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Awesome. Billy Gilman's number 1 fan right here.
No.
You, Nico, and Holly. Billy Gilman's top 3 fans.
Funny.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this conversation with Kristine. She's an absolute joy. And we'll see you next month with a couple of new episodes. We appreciate your support. Please make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell so you get notifications when our new episodes drop. Thank you. See you then.
Funny.
Have a great day.
Funny.
Thanks, Kristine.